everyone. It is Jessica, one of your co-hosts from Cartoons to Castles. If you guys have been sticking around for the past year or whether you're a new listener, thank you guys so much for joining us on our journey and starting our podcast where we cover different Disney history topics. If this is your first time discovering us, you can find the podcast on your favorite podcast streaming service at cartoonstocastles.com. But it is our 1 year anniversary. We've been podcasting now for 1 year. It feels longer and shorter at the same time. But for our 1 year anniversary, we have 4 previous guests joining us. The first video that we uploaded has our guests Sarah Sterling and Tiff Mink, and the second video, if you go to our channel that you could check out, has Erica Kurzawa and Tiffany Lene Sutton. I just wanted to pop on here to let you know for this first video, this is our first time ever doing video. We used the same service we used to record, which we've always had great success with. But with our video, it got a little glitchy at times. There were some technical difficulties, so you might notice some glitches on the visuals during the watching of the video. The audio is all still there, but once in a while you'll notice some glitching. But we wanted to upload it for you anyway, so you could see how we dressed up, or if you want to, still see our faces as we recorded the episode, but just to give you a heads up about those glitches that we hope to fix for the future if we do other videos. But shenanigans happen. It was our first one, but I hope you enjoy watching our 2 episodes, and wanted to show you I'm wearing our anniversary shirt, which is available on our TeePublic with our catchphrase, shenanigans, in a 90s font. So hope you enjoy all that we have in store. Welcome back, everybody. It is a very special date today.
We are celebrating the 1 year anniversary of our podcast. Yay!
Yes, yay! We are so grateful for the support on our main feed episodes and for our Patreon subscribers and just making it to the 1 year mark.
Yeah, we love geeking out about Disney history and researching different niche topics, and it is a blast getting to share all of those shenanigans with our listeners. Our favorite word.
I'm so glad that you mentioned shenanigans, Melanie.
Really?
Because, yes, I am. How convenient. Because in addition to the special anniversary episode, which we'll get into in a minute, we're also launching new merch, just one design, but new merch on a TeePublic. And for those watching on video, I'll show you what it looks like. But it's our catchphrase,
Yay!
Shenanigans, in a very 90s font. And if you look closely, there's the little gold bar on an animator's table. So it's inspired by our logo, but done in a 90s way with our catchphrase.
Yeah, we are opening a new TeePublic shop, and we'll be adding new designs as inspiration strikes. But this is the first design, and it was designed by Jessica's husband, Garrett. And our t-shirts are pink, but you can get them in a variety of colors. It looks really good on just a plain white t-shirt as well. And you can get it on hoodies, mugs, stickers, and more.
And if you're a Patreon subscriber, these designs are different from the logo merch you get with your perks. So those are still exclusive to you, in case you were wondering.
But we wanted everyone who listens to the podcast to be able to get in on the fun as well and enjoy some of our inside jokes. So our shop will be linked in the show notes. You can also find us on teepublic.com/user/cartoons-2-castles.
And one more thing that we want to share before we dive into our episode, and you guys, we have so much to reveal of fun stuff coming your way today for the anniversary episodes. We have quite a few guests coming today, but before we get into that, we have one new review. We always like reading those, because we really appreciate the kind reviews that you guys leave for us, but also it's very helpful when you guys leave reviews because that helps boost our ranking on Apple Podcasts and help more people discover us. So this one is from This Lullaby Plays On. They say, Cartoons to Castles is the perfect podcast for Disney fans. The topics are unique and always thoroughly researched, and the host's bright energy make them a joy to listen to. I learn something new every episode. Highly recommend for anyone who's looking to expand their knowledge on all things Disney. So thank you very much. Now, today, for our special 1 year anniversary episode, we have a few different things in store. We will be having a total of 4 previous guests coming on today who you've heard in previous episodes. And we're also video recording our podcast today for the 1 year anniversary. So you can also watch it on YouTube. And we're wearing some themed outfits for the topics. And they're topics that you guys submitted when we asked what are some topics you want to hear about for our anniversary episode. So thank you so much for submitting those ideas.
Yes, and here with us today we have Sarah Sterling. I'm doing this. Who knows where she'll be on
gesturing.
The actual recording? Who was previously a guest on our Disney pin trading episode, and we also have Tiff Mink, who was the guest on our Society of Explorers and Adventurers episode.
And the topic we'll discuss with our first two guests that you guys submitted is rare characters in the Disney parks around the globe.
Now, before we start, I do want to check in about everyone's outfits. Okay, yes. Please tell us about your outfits that you're wearing today. Jess, you want to start?
Sure. So I wanted to do a Disney bound of one of the rare characters in my notes. Gonna kind of step back, but I'm wearing a yellow and purple dress for kind of a subtle Jane Disney bound, and I would have loved to have done like a hat or something like that, but I have to wear headphones, so I couldn't do that. But I have a not so minimalistic little accessory that I'm keeping in this tissue that I'm gonna unravel for you.
Listen to that tissue paper crumple.
Tiff's face is so confused. She's like, what is she gonna pull out? I have
a parasol. I'm sorry, I spoiled it.
I have a Jane parasol, dead stock with the Disney Store tag. How much would you think this parasol, 90s Disney Store parasol, how much do you think this would be today? Like if it was sold in stores today. I'm not asking the vintage resale value, but how much do you think it would be sold for?
$34.99.
$19.99.
Well, let's see if I could.
$15.99.
$10.
Oh, a deal!
$10. Gonna open it up for you.
Is this the first time you're opening it?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, ooh, a moment.
So now, see, I have my parasol.
That is really cute.
Now it looks a little bit more like Jane. And look on the parasol, there is a picture of Jane holding a parasol. It's just infinite parasols.
Carol says
so meta.
I love something that's meta. So anyway, that is my bound.
I am bounding also in yellow.
Yes.
Honey Lemon from Big Hero 6, who is in my park notes from super rare characters that you can meet in Paris.
Awesome. And your bound is so adorable. So if you guys want to see it, head to the video. We'll put that in the video link in the show notes, of course. And Sarah, who are you dressed as?
I'm Gelatoni. I don't know what's up with my camera where you can't like fully see, but I have gray on and my white. It's a little off-white. Don't judge me. I'm working with what I got. Yeah, y'all.
But you have the ears.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she has a little ear headband with a hat. So cute.
And I'm talking about the characters at the Asian Disney parks. So I of course have the Duffy and Friends headband because Duffy and Friends are huge over there. And
you managed to get it on with your headphones.
Yes, I barely. It's going to hurt after a while. I'll probably have to take it off. And Jess, you got this for me at Olani.
Yeah.
And I don't have a bound. I just have my I Live in Fantasyland shirt that I wore in our original photos for launching the podcast.
Can I just say they should make Disney headphones like this?
100%.
I want that as just headphones.
Yeah, like little character, like little tsum-tsums on top of your headphones. That's so cute.
So cute.
That'd be so. I mean, I have enough tsum-tsums. We can make it happen.
You can totally
bust out the hot glue gun. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. So
all right,
I'm going to kick us off.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm going to be talking about rare characters at Disneyland Resort. I have a few different rare character instances to talk about. First, I want to talk about around 2012, 2013, that there would be an occasion that would happen periodically called Long Lost Friends Week. Did you guys ever do that? Yes,
Yeah,
I
that was
really miss
dope.
it. So for those unfamiliar, it was at the Big Thunder Ranch Jamboree, which was the area that had the goats and the petting zoo, which is now like an entrance for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, so it's no longer there. But they would have something called Long Lost Friends Week, where it's exactly what it sounds like. They would just bring out rare characters for a few days, like a week or so, where you can meet them and take pictures with them. And it was really cool. I always really enjoyed it. I do think that the name is kind of funny. Like it's just kind of funny to call them long lost friends. Like, oh, like we didn't care that much about them, so like they're lost. We don't know where they are. And then like they're there to take photos, and then they disappear. So like they're lost again. They're just like our lost friends. I don't know.
They're
It's
so
funny.
lost.
They're lost. Anyway, they had Hercules and Meg and Hades, Robin Hood, Prince John, Friar Tuck, Sheriff of Nottingham, from Robin Hood. They had Jiminy Cricket, Honest John, and Gideon from Pinocchio, which, if we're able to do a cutaway, I'll show you then, but I'll show you guys on video for now. I have a funny story about seeing Gideon. I was there with my husband, Garrett, during like 2013, and we saw Gideon. We saw Gideon, and Garrett was trying to take a photo of him, and I think Gideon thought he was taking a video, so he saw Garrett was like had his phone on him, and then Gideon just started walking towards him, like almost like about to touch his face. Like he walked up close to him so much, but Garrett was like, I was taking photos, I wasn't taking video. So it just looks like he's staring
That's
staring
really cute.
into his soul. It's just like there's a photo for those just listening. There's a photo of him far away, a photo of him a normal space away, and then one where it's just so up close. It looks like he's staring
His
into
eyeball.
Yeah.
That's cute.
There's also Merlin and John Smith and Miko and Governor Ratcliffe. Also find it funny that they had the Governor Ratcliffe meet and greet often alongside Pocahontas and John Smith and Miko. Like he's just chilling with them as if they have no beef. And
Oh, they're
then
all friends.
Yeah, they're all friends now. And then Jane, Tarzan, and Turk, Jane, who I'm dressed as today. There was often Esmeralda and Clopin and Frollo, except oddly enough, I don't think Frollo is that rare of a character. I mean, maybe not. I haven't really seen him in like since the park reopened, but prior to that, I feel like he was kind of around periodically, which is weird because he seems like he should be a rare character. I don't know why they had him there so much. I remember there was also a Long Lost Friends week during Easter time that just had rabbits. Like they had Rabbit from Pooh, Brer Rabbit, Roger Rabbit, who I was very excited to meet. Did you guys, are there any
That
particular
was
characters
cute.
you guys remember meeting during Long Lost Friends week that you were really excited about?
White Rabbit.
Oh yeah, I was like first at the Robin Hood gang
Oh, of course you were. Of
because
course.
that's my
Yeah.
guy.
Did you say
Was
Yeah.
Robin
Ping?
Hood there? Robin Hood himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we say who?
Ping.
Ping. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I did not know Ping was at Long Lost Friends week. I knew
I
Ping
met
was at
Ping in
90s
Moose
night.
Jaw.
I did not know Ping.
Yeah.
Oh
and the
my
three
gosh.
fairies.
That's
And the
cool.
three fairies.
I kept
Oh.
seeing pictures
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah.
Mulan and Mushu at Long Lost Friends week, but Mulan was in her like Mulan outfit, not her
Oh,
Ping
really?
outfit. I did not
I wonder
know
if
they
they
also had Ping.
swapped.
Yeah,
no, I
but
met Ping.
But it was all like Disney Parks blog photos, so maybe
Right.
they just pulled like old photos they had of them when I was looking it up.
I
That was
met
really cool.
Perla and Susie, Cinderella's
Mhm.
little mice. I met them.
Oh,
I haven't
right.
seen them before or since. So yeah, I met them at that time.
Yeah. I feel like we probably get the most obscure characters nowadays at special events like Oogie
Mhm.
Boogie Bash that they had in 2019, and they're going to have it again this year in 2021. I hope that maybe they'll bring some additional new characters from what they had in 2019. They have Oogie Boogie, of course, which is a really cool, I think that's a really cool atmosphere character costume. They also have the live action version of the Mad Hatter, Don Carnage, Shan Yu, Tailspin Baloo, and King Louie. Those were also at 90s Night for the Disneyland After Dark event. Kingdom Hearts, Donald and Goofy, to name a few. And then also the Disneyland After Dark special events. And for those who haven't heard of that or aren't from the Disneyland area, it's just an after hours ticketed event with a different theme where you can ride some rides, and a big draw is the character meet and greets because they have characters that you typically don't see in the parks. I feel like probably who stole the show on 90s Night was Powerline Max, who I did not get to meet. I got to the event late, and by the time I got there, the line was just like my whole night would be waiting in line for that. But people were losing their minds because the first time it was the first time that character costume was seen out of Disneyland Paris. There was also Clopin and Esmeralda again, but this time with Phoebus, which I remember people were very excited about. And Mulan
Phoebus.
Phoebus. Mulan is Ping and Darkwing Duck and Don Carnage, to name some of them. And Throwback Night was another. They had the fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, and the Blue Fairy, whose costume was really cool. Her hair looked like Dolly Parton. It was great.
It's funny because you're right.
It does. And outside of the special events, there's of course characters that are rare in that their meet and greet didn't stick around for very long. They often will create character costumes for when to promote a new movie coming out. And if the movie isn't super popular or the character isn't super popular to meet, then they kind of don't stick around. Like Quasimodo and Cusco and Chicken Little and Abby Mallard, they didn't really stick around much too long after their movies came out. And in 1990, this is probably the most terrifying looking atmosphere character I think you could meet. It's like a cross between a face character and an atmosphere character because you could partly see people's faces, but it's part mask. Dick Tracy characters, you could meet them in 1990.
Those characters are so gross.
And you could meet them at Disneyland, and I'm just like, they looked so terrifying. Less terrifying and incredibly spectacular, and I'm very happy I got to see this in person, was Giselle from Enchanted, not as a meet and greet character, but in the pre-parade at Disneyland to briefly promo the movie. And I don't, except for when the sequel eventually comes out, maybe they'll do something like that again. But aside from that, I don't think we'll ever see that character again. It's just hard to do stuff with Giselle because it involves so many approvals due to Amy Adams' likeness. So I just don't think we will see her again, except for maybe something for promo synergy in the parks for the new movie. So Tiff has her fingers crossed. Yeah. She loves Giselle. And there's also the Disney Fairies in the Pixie Hollow area that's between the Tomorrowland entrance and the Matterhorn. It's very common to see Tink and Iridessa and Fawn and sometimes Silver Mist and Rosetta, but Vidya and Terrence in particular, were very rare. And more recently, for Halloween time at Disneyland, not for a special event, but just Halloween time in general, I feel like Disneyland has been getting more the hint that with how many Disney adults there are, that we want more niche characters. We don't just need the common characters. And in 2019 at Halloween time, they had the Hitchhiking Ghost from the Haunted Mansion, and
that's cool.
The Attic Bride, officially named Constance Hatchaway. And so I feel like maybe we're going to start to see more of that. I think with how many of us grew up in the Disney Renaissance, they're like, okay, people enjoy meeting the niche characters as part of the Disneyland experience. So maybe this Halloween time, maybe we'll get some more rare characters. Yeah. So Disneyland, I feel, probably gets not too many weird characters in general, but with these ticketed events and with Halloween 2019, I think that, like I said, I think that we're going to get more. And I'm curious to know which would be a rare character that you guys would hope would be in the parks, that you would love to see in the parks. And that could be just if you could have any character, what do you wish would be a character in the parks? And you can also just say, what obscure character do you think would be most realistically added to the parks?
I want Shelley May.
Shelley May, yeah.
I want Shelley May to come to the parks. They had Duffy. I want Duffy and Shelley May. Please come to Disneyland.
While Sarah and Tiff ponder on that question, I'll retell the Duffy story just because it's one of my favorites. But when Duffy, the Disney bear, used to do meet and greets at Disney California Adventure outside of Ariel's Grotto restaurant, one time Melanie and I we were literally taking a photo with Duffy together, and as we were taking a photo with Duffy, a woman in a party hat stumbled, I think she had a couple drinks. She kind of stumbled out of Ariel's grotto and was like looking at us taking a photo with Duffy to the point where we like kind of paused what we were doing because we're like, why is she staring so intently at us? And then she was like, who is that? And then her friend was like, it's Duffy. And then she's like leaning on the stanchions, and then she just like has this look of confusion and kind of a little bit of disgust and goes, who's Duffy? Like as we're taking our photo with him.
How's Duffy?
So yeah, I guess
Only
he was
the
pretty
Disney
obscure at
bear,
the time.
ma'am.
He is the Disney bear, ma'am. So anyway, do you guys have any
Love.
characters that you wish would be in the park?
We kind of talked about it actually right before this briefly with some other friends. As much as I would love to meet Giselle, I would completely lose my mind meeting Edward over Giselle.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I want to see that like costume in the park.
That's a great
it'd be, like, so fun
costume.
in such a moment.
Yeah.
Also, this would never happen, and it doesn't sound like so fancy. I would love to meet Rags Cinderella with a real Bruno.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's what I want. I want that.
You mean
Real
like
Bruno.
a real dog?
Look, if you
Shoot
could
for the moon,
meet
Tiff.
Max from like Grinch, if you could meet a
Yeah.
dog and Universal, why could you
Yeah.
not meet like a real Bruno?
I've had that same thought too.
100%.
I like talked about this whole concept one time with Garrett of doing like an after hours event where it's a dog overlay of Disneyland, where it's just dog meet and greet characters as dogs, and then they project a dog house onto the castle so the castle looks like a dog house.
And then they
Perfect.
just set a bunch of dogs free to roam the park, and I get to pet them all.
That would be great. Like you can meet Pongo, Perdita, Lady Tramp. You can meet Max. Like it would be great
Mm-hmm.
and realistic.
That's a brilliant idea, Tiff.
Super realistic.
Super realistic. I would love to meet Basil of Baker Street and Olivia Flaversham.
Oh my
How
god.
cute.
And this is a more timely suggestion, but at Walt Disney World at Hollywood Studios, they had a little robotic like baby Groot that you can meet for a period of time, and they also had like a BB-8. And I'm like, they could, like we have Avengers Campus now. They could like do like an animatronic alligator Loki.
Not at all what I thought you were gonna say.
Did you think I was gonna say Groot again?
No, I think in terms of a realistic thing that I feel like was maybe going to happen and could happen still is a Grogu in a basket.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would be
I think
cute.
so too. Yeah, the alligator Loki one isn't. That was more of a fantasy one versus realistic. But,
Maybe in Orlando.
but yeah, I would love.
Wink.
Yeah, I would love a little baby Grogu. Also, like I feel like very realistically, there could and should be a Bunny and Ducky meet and greet at Pixar Pier. Like I'm surprised.
Oh,
there
that would be
aren't
adorable.
Those characters already.
Ooh, I want to see them.
Sarah, did you ever have a dream character that you would want to have at the parks?
So mine, it's funny because he exists, but he's never been at the park, and it would be Wally. They have a Wally robot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I met him at D23.
That would be amazing.
He could go on Pixar Pier. He's got a game.
That would be so cute. Oh, I would love that.
That's a good one.
I know. He's out there. I'm like, where is he?
He's out there.
he's out there
Well, that's
right
what
now.
I have for Disneyland. That's what I have for Disneyland. I'm sure there's many, many more, but those were some that I wanted to highlight. Rare characters at Disneyland.
All right,
Yeah.
now let's go to Walt Disney World.
It's me.
That 5-hour flight over to Sarah.
Is my internet okay? I have a little I have like a red light on my camera.
It does say that you're.
Sorry to say that.
It just says like you have poor connectivity.
Yeah, it goes in and out, but I think
Okay.
it's
We're fine.
you sound good.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Little glitchy, yeah.
Okay, I don't even know how to begin. There's so much to say. There's so much to say about rare characters at Disney World. there I have like a few sections. I have like characters that like it's not even this clear cut, but like characters that were like mostly Walt Disney World specific, some that still are there and some that are not. And then like stuff that definitely isn't around anymore. And then like the basics, like I guess I can start here. There are characters that are easy to find all the time at Disney World that like you would never like see at Disneyland, or are like super rare to see at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like they have Anastasia and Drizella out all the time. Three Caballeros out all the time. Country Bears, Kevin from Up, Remy and Emile, Scrooge and Launchpad, Timon and Rafiki, Dopey, Joy and Sadness, Baymax. Like a lot of these are characters that when the movies came out, like Jess was saying, like they did have meet and greets at Disneyland. Like Baymax was at Disneyland. I feel like Joy and Sadness were at Disneyland. Maybe I'm
I mean, they have them. They have them at DCA now by Emotional
Yeah, at
Whirlwind.
Pixar Pier.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So like a lot of these ones, like Ralph and Vanellope, also like you can find at Disney World, and you would never find them like at Disneyland, but had a meet and greet at Disneyland when Ralph came out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I would be remiss to not mention Character Palooza, which I don't think is happening right now. But if you're unfamiliar with Character Palooza, listeners, it was an almost daily event. Oh my gosh, at Hollywood Studios, where characters that were new to the park, I don't know how else to say that in a character integrity way, mostly characters that would be used in the finale of Fantasmic would come out to practice saying hello to guests in the afternoons in Hollywood Studios. I'm like, how do I say
Practice saying hello.
Characters that hadn't practiced saying hello in a while.
That works.
We know what you mean.
So yeah, this would happen in the afternoon in Hollywood Studios.
Get rid of Long Lost Friends Week.
like-
Say characters who haven't practiced saying hello in a while week.
Yeah.
That's not even what I'm trying to say.
I know.
Should I just say what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Characters in training. I mean, like I had said characters in training, but
okay.
characters that were training to say.
I see. I thought you literally meant like these are characters who haven't said hello in a while.
No, like there,
I
like some
get
are
it.
characters that
Yeah.
you would see out, but sometimes there would be really rare characters because they're just in the finale of Fantasmic, but they were
Right.
like using them to practice saying hello.
Mhm.
Got it.
Anyway, I don't think Character Palooza is happening right now because meet and greets aren't really a thing. It's only at a distance still, but that was a really cool thing that would happen at Disney World. Okay, now to get into some of the weird stuff. This will relate to, I think, what some other people will talk about, but there was a living character initiative that Imagineering came up with to create new levels of guest interaction with classic Disney characters, and the Living Character Initiative included things like Talking Mickey at Walt Disney World, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Turtle Talk, which obviously isn't just Disney World specific, and then a few of these characters that I will talk about now, including Lucky the Dinosaur, who was actually also at DCA, but also at Walt Disney World. I forget when. Couldn't find that out. I also couldn't find out exactly when the Mobile Labs ended, because it was in Epcot in 2016, and Mobile. Why can't I say Mobile?
It's
hard to say. It's hard to say.
Mobile Labs.
Mobile Labs.
Muppet.
I can't do it either.
Mobile Labs.
There you go.
I'm like mobile. Muppet Mobile Labs.
They ended
The
it because no
Muppet
one could say it.
Mobile.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, everyone was like, when's the mubble? It had Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker on this like little spaceship that like free roamed in Epcot and did little like live performances. It ended, or I don't know when it ended, but it was in Epcot in 2016 as a part of the Living Character Initiative. Also part of this initiative was Remy at Le Chefs de France restaurant in Epcot, which I actually saw him Like
I'm
he
so
also
jealous.
is not there anymore. But I know, I'm sorry. When I went to Epcot in 2012, I went and ate there, and they bring out a special little trolley with a, what is this called?
Yeah,
Serving
like
tray,
the little
what is it?
dome.
Serving.
The
Yeah, a
dome
serving
over a
tray.
serving tray.
Serving dome, and they pull it open, and there's a little animatronic Remy. It's super magical. I don't know why it's like that seems like such an easy thing that
Maybe
they should
they'll bring
back.
it back with the Ratatouille attraction opening.
I would hope
later
so.
this
That
year.
seems like a really perfect
I hope
opportunity
so.
to do that.
Bust out isn't it like considered the tiniest like articulated audio animatronic, or it was?
I wonder about Groot now. Yeah, baby Groot. But yeah, because they seemed
Yeah.
like they
Oh.
were the same size. Like Remy was like
Who's
bigger.
tinier?
Who's tinier, Groot or Remy? But yeah, so Push the Trash Can, obviously another big one who wasn't just Disney World specific, but I did not know until I was looking around for Push information. Push was at Magic Kingdom from 95 to 2014. I also didn't know that he ran for mayor of Tomorrowland. The Trash Can.
He'd get my vote. He was also at DCA. I should have mentioned he was also at DCA, but for a very brief period of time, and I loved when he was there. And I miss him.
Right.
I want to see
But
him.
I didn't know that there's a recycling can version of Push named Pipa at Animal Kingdom.
Pipa
means like container in Swahili.
Is it
no?
still?
But I mean, he existed.
Oh, got it.
No, I mean,
Wow.
I've never seen Pipa. He was by Rafiki's Planet Watch, or she, I don't know, or they.
Just the whole concept makes me
can.
giggle. It's just so cute.
And then I think that this character, if not right now because of COVID, but very right before COVID, and I'm sure she'll be back at Animal Kingdom, is Divine.
Oh yeah.
Have any of you met Divine?
Divine,
yeah.
Melanie,
Yeah.
I kind of told you about Divine is the one on the stilts, and she looks like she's a walking vine. So this has been this was oh no, that was in a Patreon episode, but I found out that the performers who are Divine are part of World Entertainment, the same company that Bubble Nicholas who
Your
used
favorite.
to be my favorite, who used to be a street
Bubble
performer
Nicholas.
at Epcot. We did a whole part of our Patreon if we
Don't get Jessica started on Bubble Nicholas.
Don't get me started on Bubble Nicholas. But I to just fill you in briefly, I won't go down that rabbit hole, but basically there was a street performer at Epcot named Bubble Nicholas who performed inside a bubble. It sounds like it'd be a great act now during a pandemic, but he performed inside a bubble. It no longer exists. But I wanted to find out what happened to Bubble Nicholas because he was such a big part of the 25th anniversary of Walt Disney World television special hosted by Caroline Rhea. And Caroline Rhea said the words Bubble Nicholas about 20 times in that special. And I was like, I need to know everything about Bubble Nicholas now. And so I did a deep dive. I looked up every YouTube video about him. In our Patreon episode, I talked so much about it. I figured out where he is in life right now. It was like a whole thing. And then I found out Divine is contracted she works for the performance company that Bubble Nicholas owns.
She works for Bubble Nicholas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I found out through my
Bubble
sleuthing he owns
Nicholas's
the company. I found out through my sleuthing he owns the company. It wasn't out there.
Oh my God.
I mean, Bubble Nicholas is a rare character, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that Jess is more obsessed with than Loki is Bubble Nicholas.
Bubble Nicholas.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my God.
Oh. Yeah, I'll hopefully try to insert a picture of the Bubble Nicholas poster here.
Yeah, for a while our chat was a Bubble Nicholas chat group.
Oh my God. So anyway. Divine is at Animal Kingdom, and she has stilts that can range between 7 to 16 feet. And she's very cool. I was reading about her, and it was just funny the way that people describe Divine. They'll just be like, Divine is like a plant stilt performer who never looks you in the eye and usually has her eyes closed as if she's experiencing pure nirvana. And I'm like, that's true. Divine's never looked me in the eye. She really doesn't like
What a
looking people in
funny
the eye.
description.
Wow.
But also, I think that she has her eyes closed a lot because then people don't realize she's a human, and then she can go like and like scare people a little bit. I'm not like scary, but like it surprises people. Like I feel like if you look up Divine videos, there's one where it's like, you know. I've also seen Divine fall. Don't look up that video.
No. I hate the videos where characters fall. I feel so bad for them.
Oh, especially Divine.
I can't watch.
Okay, and then of course we have characters that like were at Walt Disney World in the past that you like will never find again. Figment and Dreamfinder, although they appeared at like D23 recently when Tony Baxter got initiated into the Legends ceremony. And I think they might have also mostly ever been used for promos and stuff. But then we also have the Orange Bird, the Ninja Turtles, dinosaur characters from Dinosaurs. They mostly were, I don't think they really ever did like formal meet and greets, but they were in Dinosaurs Live, which took place in front of the Great Movie Ride in the 90s. Also, Dick Tracy. Hello. It was Dick Tracy Mania in the 90s.
Hello.
They were gonna literally make a Dick Tracy dark ride that was like Indiana Jones, and then it didn't happen because the movie did poorly. But they did have a show called Dick Tracy starring in Diamond Double Cross at Hollywood Studios. They also had Doug Live when Disney bought Doug from 1999 to 2001, and Tiff's favorite Barbie at Epcot.
Barbie.
I met Barbie and
Barbie
Skipper,
became the ambassador of friendship. Barbie was in 1994, and she had a show called Magical World of Barbie inside the American Adventure from 94 to 95. And that's all, folks.
I wish that they brought back the dinosaur characters as like synergy to promote Disney Plus. That would be great.
I know, right?
Because everyone's gonna run and subscribe to Disney Plus to watch that show.
Oh, for sure.
We all did. We were all like, time to watch the Sinclairs.
Sure, and there's no reason why they couldn't have a Disney Plus event with all of these random characters.
That would have been great.
Yes, that would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Oh, there's a little echo.
Okay, I didn't know if it was just me, so I didn't want to say anything.
The way we all got quiet, I was like, we're all hearing it, right?
I know. I was like, I don't want to. I don't hear it now.
Okay, it was just for a sec.
Once again, I do not hear it.
All right.
All right.
I think we're okay.
All right, time to hop on another plane, everyone. We're going international.
Let's fly to Tokyo. Now, I'm going to be talking about all of the Asian parks, but many of the characters I'm going to name are not necessarily rare at these parks, but they're rare to see stateside. So I'm very jealous of some of these. Yeah, I'm very jealous of some of these meet and greets. So you can always find the big 8, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto, and Chip and Dale all over these parks. But the thing about them at the Asian parks is they have a plethora of the most adorable outfits I have ever seen. They have like a turn of the century clothing outfit. They have snorkeling gear. In some areas they're dressed as mad scientists. Like it's the cutest stuff you could ever see. So it's not necessarily that those characters are unique, but those characters in those outfits are very unique. And I'll get into the more random characters you can see there. And I know the 3 of you will know exactly who I'm talking about when I say the names, but I'm going to add, what they're from just in case people who are listening might not know. Let's see. So in order to find these characters, I watched YouTube videos of trips people had taken to these parks, since I haven't actually been to any of these parks. And charactercentral.net was also so helpful in tracking them down. So at Tokyo, it looks like often at this resort in the morning, a huge flock of characters will come out to the entrance. Tiff is nodding because she's been there. And guests will walk in and start a frenzy of picture taking. So many of these characters can be seen at this point. Did you want to share a thought about that, Tiff? Because you've experienced that.
It's truly the wildest thing I've ever seen. You're waiting in what
It's so
it would be,
chaotic.
you go through the ticket gate and it's before you go under what would be like the train station kind of area, the arches. And it's just a parade. I counted, it was like 19 characters walked out in a single file line and then just scattered in like a very condensed area.
Yes.
It's wild.
And they don't.
And there's no lines.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I was just about to say. Like, from what I saw, there's no lines. People just gather around and the characters will like point to who they want to talk to.
I will say, I like when you're waiting there, because it's such a different vibe, not to go on a complete tangent, but it's such a different way they handle character interactions there. Cast members encourage you as a guest to like try to get their attention for them to come meet you.
Oh,
but it's
interesting.
It's still, everyone's still very polite about it. But it's like, oh, like because I was waiting to meet, there was like Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, Prince John, and I was waiting to like meet them, and they were like, oh, you like wave, like you should jump up and down, like show them that you're excited, and they approach you.
Yeah, I just have, they've been doing that well, not the frenzy of everyone coming at you, but like having the characters pick you. They've been doing that at Avengers Campus now without there being lines because of COVID. And I just have to throw in, sorry, kind of a side note, but when I was at Avengers Campus last week, I heard probably the funniest thing I've ever heard. Someone kind of just like, so they were telling everyone the character's going to pick you and then you come up. And there was a mom who just like pushed her kid in front of like Ant-Man to like take a picture with him. And the character attendant said, Ant-Man will choose you. Please do not throw your children in front of Ant-Man.
I know when Tiff was talking about that, I'm like, oh, that might become a problem in the US if they try to do that, because
please do not throw your children in front of Ant-Man. He will choose you.
Do not toss your child above the crowd.
Will choose you.
Ant-Man will choose you.
It's so stressful because they just like circle around. People just like surround the character. I feel like it'd be overwhelming for the character, but then they just spin around.
Yeah, that's
exactly. Like every picture from Tokyo, there's like just like a circle of people like around you.
You can't get the character by themselves. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna begin with the star attraction, the fairy godmother from Cinderella in a full mask. Now, if you have not seen this, so the fairy godmother at Disneyland, she is a face character. You can see her face. She talks and interacts with people. At Tokyo, she's got a full mask on, and it is one of the creepiest masks. I mean, it's not so creepy that I don't know. I don't know if it does scare children. It might scare children, but it is a little bit creepy. But that is a star attraction. I have seen people very excited to get their picture with her because she's very unique.
Very unique.
Yes. Speaking of Cinderella, we do have Perla and Susie. Cinderella's mice are there. I've also seen supporting characters of Pinocchio, and we got Jiminy Cricket. We've got Honest John and Gideon, which you don't often see at the stateside parks. And Clarice, I have seen at Disneyland, but she was in a show and she kind of mingled a little bit at the dance party at Tomorrowland. But Clarice seems to come out a lot at the Asian parks. She's a cute lady chipmunk who is friends with Chip and Dale. And they have Bernard and Bianca from the Rescuers. And they are so cute. I love them so much. And so you can see King Louis at a lot of places, but he has a monkey friend with him that you don't normally see, that you really only see at the Asian parks, or at least at Tokyo. It's like another Jungle Book nameless monkey that goes around with King Louis. Why?
Why does he need a random monkey friend?
I don't know. for funsies. And of course, you get the Aristocats babies. You get Marie, Toulouse, and Berlioz. And I wish they had those here. Oh yeah, they should have a show called the Aristocats Babies.
That would be great. I know when you said Aristocats Babies, I was picturing like a Muppet Babies style thing.
They make their dreams come true. And then you can also see the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf in the Toontown area, which is very interesting. I have not seen those at Disneyland.
Yeah, only for Lunar New Year when it was like Year of the Pig.
Oh, yes, exactly.
But not Big Bad Wolf, just the pigs.
Just the pigs, yeah. You don't want the Big Bad Wolf out there. And then there's Thumper and Miss Bunny. I have never seen Miss Bunny. She looks so cute. And Esmeralda is there. She makes appearances. Pocahontas and Miko. Now you can see Pocahontas here, but I feel like she's a lot more rare than the other princesses, and I never see Miko with her, so that's really cute. And then, Mickey Mouse in his Steamboat Willie and band concert outfits. So you can see Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse, apparently.
Is the Steamboat
Jess
Willie
is
Mickey
thinking.
Mouse, is his like face like black and white, or is it like his regular colored face?
I didn't see a picture of him. It was only reported in writing, so I haven't seen a picture. But I would hope that would be the case. And you can see Angel, Stitch's girlfriend. I've never seen her here. And then the whole Robin Hood gang, Robin Hood, Prince John, Friar Tuck, and the Sheriff of Nottingham. No Maid Marian. There should be a Maid Marian.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
More people would want to see her than like the Sheriff of Nottingham.
I agree, Jessica. And I saw Scrooge McDuck. Have any of you ever seen Scrooge McDuck? I
only saw him at 90s night.
At 90s night? Yeah.
I've never seen him. He's at Disney World randomly in Dino Land.
Yeah, he's in Dino Land there.
And with
Launchpad McQuack too in Dino Land. Okay. I don't know why.
It was a Donald Duck birthday bash. Maybe. It was a birthday? Just a Donald Duck bash.
Donald Duck Dino bash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere along that spectrum. It was a bash of sorts.
We're really testing all of our memories today. And of course, who's Duffy? Duffy the Disney Bear and all of his friends. Shelley May, who's one of the best Disney creations ever. And if you don't know the story of Duffy, the story is that Duffy was created by Minnie as a gift for Mickey when he was getting ready to leave on a Disney cruise. And then they started creating more friends for Duffy. And there's even a show about it at Disney Sea. And so speaking of Disney Sea, you can see Duffy, Shelley May, Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit, Abu, the monkey from Aladdin, Indiana Jones, Panchito and Jose, two of the three caballeros, along with Donald, of course, Hercules, and the dog Max from The Little Mermaid. It's like a big, huge character. I would die. It's so cute.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like if you remember Barkley from Sesame Street, he's kind of like a huge character like that. And he looks really, really cute. And I want to meet him so bad. And then let's hop over to Hong Kong Disneyland. Of course, you have Duffy and friends. You have Merlin from Sword in the Stone, who I haven't seen in a while at the parks. You have a whole pirate crew, just a crew of generic pirates walking around. You have Coda and Kenai from Brother Bear. And Push, the talking trash can, has made appearances there.
Is there something Brother Bear themed at Hong Kong? Why are they randomly there? Vera, do you have any insight? Oh, they have something Grizzly Bear themed?
Grizzly Gulch.
Oh, okay.
Grizzly Gulch, yeah.
Okay, yes. And the Muppet Mobile Lab, that was there too as well. And it was discontinued in 2013. So maybe it did it hop over to maybe it hopped over to Walt Disney World? Like I don't know. And you can also meet James Mystic, who is Lord Henry Mystic's nephew of Mystic Manor fame. Now, Mystic Manor is the attraction. Tiff is making a face. Tiff is making a face.
Like, where and when?
There is pictorial evidence on charactercentral.net. And she's looking it up. But
it was on our C episode. So this is, she's very interested in this.
This is all tied into the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. You have to listen to that episode with Tiff because there's so much fun lore around the attractions at the Asian parks. But he's tied into Mystic Manor, which is their version of the Haunted Mansion. It's a totally different attraction, but it is more of a magical take on that. So yeah.
Did you find it,
What
Tiff?
do you think? Did you find it?
He's so cute. Look at him.
I mean, he's got a great outfit.
That's incredible.
He's got great vibes, great outfit.
Book your flight.
Yeah, bye everybody.
And so now we are hopping over to Shanghai, and you can meet Duffy, of course. And I also saw a meet and greet on YouTube with Gelatoni the cat and Stella Lou the bunny. I thought that would be so much fun. And you can meet Timon and Rafiki from The Lion King, and Captain America and Spider-Man are at this park in the Marvel Universe area. Now, it's not unusual to see them here, but it is unusual at the other Asian parks because they don't make appearances there. So that is unique to this park. And also unusual here is, or at Shanghai, is that you can see Star Wars characters, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, an X-Wing pilot, and C-3PO. That's another one. I would lose my mind if I got to meet C-3PO. They should have him at Galaxy's Edge. Why? Why don't they have him at Galaxy's Edge?
I feel like you would want Ewoks the most, though.
Oh, I definitely want Ewoks the most, 100%. But C-3PO would be a great runner-up to the Ewoks.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
the craziest part about Launch Bay in Shanghai is that no one cares about it there.
Oh, no one cares?
It's kind of empty.
No one cares. No, and so like what? Yeah, no, I just walked right in, and there was no wait to meet C-3PO, no wait to meet Kylo Ren. Like they really like don't care about Star Wars because maybe they weren't released in China.
I don't know.
Not all of them.
I don't.
Yeah,
I have
maybe.
no idea. We'll have to.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think some of them were, but some of them were. Anyway, they really, it's like Star Wars is not their jam.
It's not a big deal.
So I was like, wow.
Wow. Well, good hot tip. If you go to Shanghai, no wait at Launch Bay. Head over.
Oh, cool. Yeah, hot tip. I'm going to fly over to Shanghai.
Yeah.
C-3PO has been in Hollywood studios, though, Melanie. If you look,
he has?
What's referred to as, not even that long ago, it's been referred to as like the Star Wars fashion show. Characters like walk out on a stage and like kind of pose, and like it's really just a show to be like, look at these characters, and C-3PO is in that.
I did see him. They had I forgot the name of the show. It's like a little Star Wars show at Hollywood Studios. And it is like they kind of walk out, and I did see him and I did lose my mind, but I did get to meet him.
I did lose my mind.
It's true.
I did. Yeah. I went crazy. But I didn't get to like meet and greet with him. I put my arm around an imaginary C-3PO. That's really weird. Anyway, that's Shanghai. So should we take another plane ride over to Paris?
Yeah. Paris.
Oh man. Paris is the wild, wild west of characters for like very specific reason. I would say it's almost like this mecca of rare characters. And I would say a lot of characters that we've seen in other parks that are rare originated because of Disneyland Paris. And they have a lot of unique character experiences. When I went, like I saw Alice and Mad Hatter speaking French, which is very cool. Because in Tokyo, you don't see princesses and princes really speaking in Japanese. They'll say a few words here and there to interact. Elena speaks Spanish, but that's part of her character. But Alice and Hatter don't speak French like in their stories as Disney tells them. So it's really cool that they're a little like fluid in that over there. Is pretty rad and very interesting to see. And I wanted to do Disneyland Paris too, because it has my bucket list character to meet. That is a real character that I will get to in a moment. But supposedly Disneyland Paris is the origin of so many rare and specific characters because a Saudi prince specifically wants to meet them. So he funds these character appearances.
Oh, what? I was going to ask why Paris, because that wouldn't be the park you would expect because it's small-ish. So I'm like, you wouldn't expect that. So I was curious of what the story was there.
Yeah, I have like a theory. It's something but this has been something that's talked about for a really long time. I try to do a deep dive about it. It's not explicitly kind of stated, but in 2013, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but Prince Fahd Al Saud spent $20 million over 3 days to spend his graduation party in Disneyland Paris. That was like the final part of his like worldly. He went to all the Disney parks in the world with 60 some people. He ended it in Paris where he rented out the park privately in the morning and after hours. And he's been listed as one of the park's top customers, air quotes.
Yeah.
And in addition, this is a quote from The Telegraph. In addition to theme events and rare Disney characters, Al Saud's Disneyland Paris parties included different costumes he helped design And he also he kind of curates these special celebrations and parties and shows because he wants to see them.
Oh my gosh.
And Disneyland Paris
Is he
also,
single?
I know, right? He's honestly, I was trying to look up some pictures. He's like pretty cute, but he seems like such a Disney fan guy.
Sarah's got a lick.
I'm like, Google.
Oh my gosh. Like, that's what I would want to do if I was a billionaire, trillionaire, whatever he is.
Gajillion.
So he's running out the park.
That's the technical term.
He's run out the park for years. And I think this has been able to happen specifically in Disneyland Paris because Disneyland Paris doesn't turn a huge profit and hasn't for a very long time. That I think they're like, you want to drop all of your money here? Sarah's definitely looked him up and he is cute. I see her face. I think it's like they really kind of do something like that to commission all of these things because they can use the money, to be quite honest.
Yeah. That is amazing. I did
wild.
not know that. That is like one of the wildest Disney facts I've ever heard.
I had no idea. And now Sarah's off in a land of imagination.
So we'll get in. Get it.
I don't know what to say.
All right. I'm going to highlight a few events that are fairly recent, but include a bunch of pretty rare Disney characters. One being Disneyland's 25th anniversary. That was in 2017. They had a character cavalcade. It featured so many characters that all of you have already mentioned, but there's even more characters that that don't exist in any other parks at all. This 25th anniversary cavalcade had the Chicken Little, Abby Mallard from Chicken Little. Roger Rabbit was there, but also Jessica Rabbit, which is a very disturbing costume if you ever decide to look that up.
I've seen that one.
But it's so also crazy. A plastic mask like the fairy godmother.
It's like a nude suit type. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
Shang from Mulan, March Hare and Cheshire Cat, who is my ultimate bucket character meet and greet.
Oh, yeah.
Go-Go, Honey Lemon, and Wasabi from Big Hero 6.
That's really cool. I did not know they had them there.
Milo and Kita, Jim Hawkins and Ben, which if you look up the character of Ben, he's like such a cool character. Bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons, who is in the Booty You parade at Not So Scary in Magic Kingdom, but they also have Lewis and Wilbur. Cusco was here. Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch in a dress.
That's the one I want to meet. I've seen lots of photos of that, and I'm like, that is my bucket list character. Amazing.
And there's a lot of other aliens from the Stitch universe that I do not know. Like, there's like a red one that looks like Stitch. Not Angel. Angel was also there, like Stitch was there.
Leroy.
Bolt and Mittens
from
gosh. Bolt.
Oh, wow.
Mittens is so tall and skinny. If you look up Mittens. This is a super wild one. Flying Gauchito from Three Caballeros.
Oh, what? I can't even picture what that would look like as a character.
This is all in the same cavalcade, by the way. This is all condensed in one thing. The backup dancing seagulls from In Summer in Frozen.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Okay. Gauchito's so cute.
What? Some of this I'm just like, I can't.
Here's Gauchito.
Oh, that's cute.
He's cute.
Yeah,
and Burrito.
He's in a different event.
Oh my
we're getting there.
Burrito too. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're getting there. And then the fairy godmothers from Sleeping Beauty, but not as face characters. Angelica from Pirates of the Caribbean, Bullseye with the rest of the Toy Story gang, and Darkwing Duck.
Amazing.
Wow. Darkwing Duck.
Saw later.
So you said that this Saudi prince also is the person who's made kind of these after hours events happen too, like, because they've kind of done some interesting So like basically they have all this niche stuff because of that. I still can't get over that. That's like such a wild fact.
I don't know how deep it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs, and I'm sure that's intentional. That information isn't freely available to know exactly which characters have made appearances because he wanted to see them, which costumes he helped design, which is literally like the biggest dream imaginable.
What a dream.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more recently in 2018, Disneyland Paris did this event called Fan Days. And it was at the Walt Disney Studios Park side. And it was when it was announced, it was like, you're going to meet over 50 characters. It ended up being 92 characters at this event.
Oh my gosh.
It was the first time they ever introduced Hortensia, Oswald's girlfriend.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
I don't know if they're like
what?
boyfriend and girlfriend, but it was the first time
They're
she
friends.
existed. She's very, very cute. She's a cat in lime green. You only could meet her if you had a VIP package, but she was a part of the parade. So things get really, really wild at the Fan Days event as far as characters. So you had the Big Hero 6 gang. Now we have Fred and the guy in the kabuki mask.
Mm-hmm.
We had the whole like Disney Afternoon gang. We had Clarice. We had Horace Horsecollar. But then we have Jumba from Lilo and Stitch. And
Oh my god.
Pleakley in a different dress.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Pleakley has been seen in a red dress and then a yellow and bluish kind of dress.
How fancy.
Kronk
Oh my gosh.
and
Okay.
Cusco as llama.
That sounds cute.
Cusco as
That
llama.
sounds so
I
cute.
love that.
Roger Rabbit was back, but this time with Eddie Valent as
Okay.
a full face
That's
character.
Oh.
Needleman for Monsters Inc. They had George Sanderson, but he's been in some parades stateside. But Needleman, Phoebus and the whole Hunchback gang, Linguini from Ratatouille, Esmeralda with Quasimodo. So Gauchito was back with Burrito, who is probably one of the cutest characters I've ever seen. But also Yaya was there. She's the live person from Three Caballeros that has that big green bow headband.
Gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's
She's
amazing.
there as a face character. You could actually meet Clara Cluck, who we've seen in a lot of parades, but you never get to meet her face to face. And this like is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Edgar Balthazar from Aristocats.
Is it a mask or a
Whoa.
face?
As a
It is
face
a
character.
person. It is a person.
Okay.
Weird.
But it's so you see their face. It's not a weird half mask, half
Yeah.
face situation. Okay.
Edgar has full conversations with you.
Oh my gosh.
Face out.
I wonder how many people recognize that character.
I mean, it's Paris, and Aristocats is like a French movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh my
so.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I love that.
They also had a special show called Max Live, and this is where we got Max's power line.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
and
cool.
Yzma sings the whole number.
Oh,
Which is very fun.
what? That's very cool. You don't see a lot of her.
One thing we haven't really talked about that does happen in like Disneyland and Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris are the marathons that Run Disney has. One of the biggest draws of doing the marathons is you get these really rare character opportunities. So Disneyland Paris has had a few really specific ones. Sultan from Aladdin was he's like very cute. He's very short. They've had Fluffum and Jetsam meet.
Oh my gosh.
How did they do?
I'm guessing
was it
like puppets? Like on sticks?
It's kind of like a puppet with a person, but it's like a pretty large scale. It's larger than what I think it would even be in a parade. There are versions of Flotsam and Jetsam in parades, but this was a very different kind of thing. And this is so I don't even know who this is. I had to Google it, but the Mad Doctor from a 1933 Mickey Mouse short met at a Run Disney event.
Oh my god.
That is so bizarre. Wow,
As a
that's
face
so
character.
cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Halloween is a big event over in Disneyland Paris. That's where you can regularly meet some really wild characters like Cheshire Cat, who is I want to meet so bad.
Mhm.
You can meet the old hag, a face character.
Wait,
So
can I tell a story? Can I tell a
yes,
story about you, Tiff?
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
We were at a Halloween party. I forget if it wasn't last year. I forget when it was, but on the back of the float at the end, where like a lot of characters are, was the Cheshire Cat, and Tiff just cried. Just started crying. We're watching the
That's
parade,
so sweet.
and she
Oh,
was like, I think you literally said, I didn't expect him to be here. And you were crying.
We didn't know.
sweet.
I love how it sounds so much like you're
It was
talking about
so
a
funny.
person. I didn't expect him to be here.
Yeah,
That's
like we
great.
didn't make
I love it.
plans, but he
That
surprised me.
is- He didn't
Sorry,
tell
continue.
It's
So
well,
cute.
he was here, and now he's just in and around Disneyland somewhere. I'm like, where's this meet and greet? It can happen
He
now.
was
Yeah.
here.
It can.
Oh my god.
So the old hag face character during Halloween is different. There's been a very Tokyo fairy godmother hag in Walt Disney World that has met during Halloween parties, but this is a face where she can interact with you, and if you watch a video of her, it's very, very funny. She's really out there wilding.
Is she the Wildin? Is she the evil queen's witch, like evil
Mhm.
witch version?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by the old
Mhm.
hag? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
big nose, white hair.
Yes.
She like scurries so much.
Punches
It's
over.
so funny.
Scurries.
They have
That
some
sounds
really
cool.
they have some really cool atmosphere Halloween like pumpkin people that are very, very
Oh.
cool.
Pumpkin people.
Two park specific ones that would literally never exist anywhere else. They have Henry Ravenswood as Phantom from Phantom Manor, roams
Uh-huh.
around sometimes on holidays or Halloween parties, and the mayor of Thunder Mesa.
Oh wow.
Oh. How fancy. He comes out to say hello?
I'm so curious how many people like are aware of who these characters are when they see them. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I think people just get excited to see characters and then maybe research it later. They're like, who was that?
Who's Duffy? Yeah.
Don't stop it.
He's very
that?
fancy. He's in a big.
Who
He's
is
like
that?
he's in a top hat. He has like a sash. Very cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
At Christmas, I got to meet Sandy Claus, the Jack in his Santa
Oh,
outfit.
I did
That's
get to meet him. I
rad.
went to Disneyland Paris once, and that was like the one character I met.
That's very cool. I just have a few other very odd characters that have shown up. Bonkers from Disney Afternoon show Bonkers.
They had a Bonkers takeover, didn't they? Like Bonkers took over Toontown or something.
I don't know. I only could find that he was in a show on the Fantasy Festival stage with other Disney Afternoon characters. This is very fun. Admiral Boom from Mary Poppins was in a parade.
What?
Oh my gosh,
Tiff, I
that's
feel like you would
cool.
also love that.
It was very, very cool. I would have loved to have seen that parade. It was like in the early 2000s. One of the Fantasia hippos has met in Disneyland. She's been seen in Disneyland Paris Hotel before. And John Darling was in a Peter Pan show following the leader, and he would sometimes meet fans afterward going to, like, when he was finished with the show and was walking off with Wendy and the other pirates. And he's so cute. He's in his little nightgown, but when he was leaving, then he was in that plaid coat.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah,
Adorable.
very, very cool.
I need to go back to Disneyland
While we're talking
Paris
about
ASAP.
parades,
Yeah, we haven't really talked about
golf ball
parades.
goofy.
Which one
man.
did you say, Sarah?
Oh.
The golf ball goofy from the World According to Goofy parade.
Oh, sure. Do you want to tell us a little about that?
I don't even know whether he's a golf ball.
It's a golf
the
ball
Goofy. What is
goofy,
he?
and instead of his hat, it's like a snake in the shape of his hat. Kind of.
It's just, this parade is insane. I don't even know.
The world according
There's this other
to
goofy that's like, it's all goofies and they're all
like there's caveman goofy.
Yeah, like I don't even know how to describe all these goofies.
Yeah.
But golf
Dis-
ball goofy is the most iconic from it.
For sure. And Disney Dan, a YouTuber, he recently did a whole video about the World According to Goofy parade. And it had some really cool close-ups of the characters. If anyone wants to see more of them, it was pretty cool. Now, do you guys have, as we're wrapping this up, I want to know of the characters that we know exist, which one is on your bucket list that you want to meet the most? If you had to pick one.
I have one that we haven't talked about yet that I would love to meet.
Who?
Chef Louie is at Disney Sea sometimes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'd be
That
a
would
little
be fun.
intimidated by him, I think.
He's very, very cool. Other than Cheshire Cat, which I've said now like 16
It's
times.
your dream. Yeah.
I was going to say Pleakley, but I didn't know Jamba existed. So now I can't decide, but I feel like I would say Pleakley,
Both.
but that's hard. One of those.
Sarah.
I feel like I really was sad that I never saw Bernard and Bianca in Tokyo,
Mhm.
but I don't know if
Yeah.
they're like my top, you know? But I
Sarah's
never
trying
saw
to
them,
meet
I
the
never
Saudi
saw them,
prince. That's her dream character.
Yeah, I'm
now
really
to
just
meet.
trying to meet my
This-
Disney prince.
Yeah, the Saudi prince. Yeah. Yeah. He's the one.
Am I crazy or was there a Walt Disney?
Oh,
Was
I
there a
don't
Walt
know.
Disney?
I don't.
Hold on, let me Google because that might be my answer. Tiff's like, no.
I'm like, there's no way.
I don't
I
think they
swear
would
he was
do
like
that.
in a show.
Oh, maybe he was. I could see him being in a show.
Which means
Yeah.
he existed.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
already said, any of the Duffy and friends I would love to meet, and definitely any droid. I want to meet all the droids and Ewoks.
Mhm.
Number one, the Ewoks. I love them. I want to hug an Ewok.
There were Ewoks at a special event. Was it a Star? It had to be a Star
And a
Wars.
Run Disney. I
It
think.
was the Star Wars After Dark, like Disneyland After Dark.
I've
Star
seen
Wars.
pictures. And it's never been where I am,
Mhm.
and that's sad.
It's never been where I am. What do you think is the most rare character that you have met?
I would say probably off the top of my head, I think all of the 7 dwarfs. I went to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Magic Kingdom, and they have a meet and greet where it's all 7 of them. And that's the only place I think where you could meet literally all 7 of them at once.
Well,
and I
Jess,
waited
you and I
2
went
hours
to
for it.
You and I went to the Avengers event, the After Hours event, and they had all the regular characters like Mickey and Minnie and
they're back
Chip 'n Dale.
now.
And
Now that Avengers
they're back
Camp is
now?
open, now they're regular
So
characters.
they appear in their Avengers outfits.
Mm-hmm.
That's
now that
really
Avengers
cute.
Campus is opening, they brought
Well,
them.
they were rare.
Yeah, but they keep saying these new characters debuted. I'm like, they debuted at Marvel Night.
I've met both versions of Max. I have met Max in Disney Sea. I also had not a very, very, very special, not a normal occurrence, met Max from the Little Mermaid show at Hollywood Studios after a show.
Oh, I couldn't
That
remember who
sounds
was, but I was thinking, I know someone who met Max. Who was it?
Yeah, so I've met Max on in the US and in Japan, which is very, very cool.
Oh, so lucky.
I love it.
I think mine, I met King Mickey. I know that the other, Kingdom Hearts Goofy and Kingdom Hearts Donald have appeared, but I met King Mickey it wasn't at the parks. It was at a Kingdom Hearts event. So we know King Mickey exists out there. But other than that, Tiff reminded me that I met Sebastian at a run at the Walt Disney World Half Marathon. He was they had him outside of the aerial ride. And
Was
I was
he like a big character?
Sebastian. Yeah. He's like,
Yay.
But I am offended that none of you said that the most rare character you've met is Lester, because it is.
LOL.
So to give
Lester?
well, Sarah, do you want to tell the story because you know more about the making of?
So I mean, I'm such a big Goofy movie fan, and a few years back, for D23, I had been put in touch with a company that made mascot characters for a lot of like people that I knew who did like princess parties, and they would offer like Olaf with their Elsa that they did for characters and stuff. I mean, for parties. And so they gave me this person's contact info. It was a like mascot warehouse in Peru. And I was like, I'm going to commission them to make a Lester's Possum Park walk around character that like appears in a Goofy movie. When they go to Lester's Possum Park, they meet a Lester walk around that Max slaps in the face. And so I had him made, and I wore him to D23 for like only 2 hours, because that is difficult. It is very difficult to be in a mascot costume. But I have him. He's here.
Will he ever make a debut again? Well, he did for TikTok.
I did a TikTok with him. I don't mean to call anybody out, but when the LCAP was doing a run of Goofy movie screenings, I reached out to them and I said, do you want me to come in my Lester to do meet and greets? And they were like, no, thank you. So it could have happened, but it didn't
I'm sure
happen.
they would like it, but I'm sure they were like, we can't get the clearance to do that.
They're like, we don't know this woman.
I know the rare character I want to see, and it's Sarah in her Cake Castle costume. That's the rare character. I want to get a picture with the Cake Castle.
Yeah, you don't need to fly all the way to Tokyo for Character Palooza. Just go to Sarah's house.
Just go to Sarah's house, yeah. But I did meet the director of a Goofy movie at that screening, and I said, if you want this mascot costume, I will give it to you. But he has not taken me up on that either. So who knows where Lester will show up next.
Well, we're waiting to see.
Yeah. Too bad you could have dressed up as him for this whole recording. I'm sure that would have been very comfortable.
I know, why didn't I?
I don't know.
I should have gotten the head, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for chatting about all the rare characters with us. This has got me so hyped to go to the international parks to meet some of these characters.
And thank you for joining the party. And if listeners want to find you, where can they find you? Your work, your life, your thoughts.
At Tiff Mink.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah, go for it.
My audio's on a delay. I'm sorry. I'm Sarah Sterling everywhere.
I'm Sarah Sterling everywhere. Tiff, where can we find you?
At Tiff Mink on Instagram. At Minkus on Twitter. It's a good time.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming to celebrate our anniversary with us.
Yay. Congrats, ladies. I didn't say like congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yay.